Hey guys, and I'm back with my computer, and as you can see I have upgraded my development machine from Windows 10 to Windows 11. It was a great experience and I'm liking Windows 11 a lot up to this point. So I think Windows 11 is very better in perspective of UI, in perspective of design. You can find all those rounded corners. You can click on show more options to access your classic UI. This start menu is now changed and you get all those icons. You can say all those icons are new. Here you can access settings and all those settings which you have are also new. Okay, so this menu looks a lot, you can say, cleaner to me. It looks cleaner, it looks very elegant to me. So you can go to your specifications, you can check your specifications and all that things. Okay, so up to now I like Windows 11 a lot. So with that said, now let us continue with our today's video. Today we are going to cover a very interesting topic, generating random numbers in Python. Okay, so there are multiple times when we need to generate something, when we need to do something randomly. So for that we use random module in Python programming. So today we are going to have a look at that specific module. So let us open Visual Studio Code. Here I am in my Visual Studio Code. Here you can find this code from my previous video. If you haven't watched my previous video yet, then you can find the link in the I button now. And if you haven't accessed my Python programming playlist, then you can find the link in the description below. So with that said, now we will head over to our random module. So let me clean this first. Now here, first of all, how we import modules. So for that we import our module, okay, directly. So what is the name of our module now? It is random. So we import random. Now we are importing our random. So there are multiple methods which you have in this random function, in this random module, where you can find this basic methods which you will use a lot. So first of all we have randint, okay, which is a very nice method. So here you have to pass one number which will be a starting number, so let's say 1, and another number which will be an ending number, let's say 100. And now let us store it in a number. So now our randint function will generate a random number starting from 1 and up to 100. So it will generate a random number between 1 to 100. Now we can simply print that number. So we can simply print our number and have a look at this function. It says randint, so it will only generate an integer. It won't generate a float or it won't generate a string. So that's why there is no need to convert this number into an integer. And we can directly print this number. Now let me run this code. And here you can see 29. Let me run it again. You can see 2, 75, 25, 38, 77, 43. So as you can see, we have generated random numbers ranging from 1 to 100. Okay, so let's say 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now let us run our code again. You can see 2, you can see 1, you can see 3, you can see 0, not 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it is generating random numbers starting from 1 going up to the second value which we have passed. So that's how we can generate random numbers with using randint function. Now let us create a list. Okay, so we can have a list of let's say numbers. Okay, so numbers, we have a list of numbers, let's say 1 2 3 4 5. We have this list of numbers from 1 to 5. Now if I want to choose a specific number from this list, or if I want to choose one random number from this list, what I can do is I can first of all use our numbers dot, not numbers dot, we have to use our random dot choice method. With using this choice method, we can pass this numbers here, and with that we can choose a number from this numbers. So let's say numbers choice, okay, or chosen number. We have this chosen number, and let us print it here. So we can print this chosen number directly. Now let us run our code. Here you can see 5. Let us run it again. Here you can see 3 1 1 3 2 3 4. Just like that, we can now randomly choose a number from this list. And it is not only limited to list of numbers. You can pass a list of strings, you can pass a list of booleans, you can pass a list of anything, and it will choose a random you can say character, or it will choose a random element from that specific list. So you can use this choice method. So now to learn about this random package, what you can do is, first of all, you can head over to your Google Chrome. You can open your Google Chrome or any browser that you have, and here you can search for Python random. Okay, so let us search over for this Python random. Here you can find these results. Here let's go to docs.python.org. So here you can see generating pseudo random numbers. This is the actual documentation of this random module. Here you can see get state returns an object capturing the current internal state of the generator, and all those, these are basically all those functions which you have in this module. So you have rand range, okay, returns a randomly selected element from range start to stop. Okay, so it basically returns a randomly selected element. Okay, it will randomly select an element from range of start to stop. Okay, so it will go up to there. Now here you can see which arguments are optional, which arguments are necessary, and all those things. This is randint, which we just saw. This is get rand bits, which will return non-negative Python integer with k random bits. Okay, so that's something you can explore as well. You have choice, which returns a random element from non-empty sequence. Okay, so the sequence should not be non-empty. Okay, so sorry, it should be non-empty, it should not be empty sequence. So here you have choices, which will return k sized of elements from chosen from population with replacement. So let me show you this choices. Okay, so let us go here. Now let us add 6 7 8 9 and 0. So we have these numbers. Now let's say choices from numbers, and the second argument, let's say 3. Save it, and now let us run it. Okay, number of choices must be a keyword, so that is the problem. So let's say we have to provide the second argument as population, then weights none, and k is equal to 1. So let us pass k is equal to, sorry, so let's pass k is equal to 2. Save it, and now let us run it. Here you can see 5 and 9, which are the choices which we have, and k stands for the how many choices do we want. If I will pass 5 and save it, and then I will run it, you can find this list where you have 5 elements which are randomly chosen from this list of arrays. So just like that, you can choose random elements from a specific list, or a specific you can say a specific value, you can, or specific range. Okay, so here you have random.random, which will return the next random floating point number in the range 0 to 1. Okay, so it will return a floating point number. So now let me show you this random.random as well. So now let us clear all this thing. Let's say random.random, and here let us print this random.random. You can also store it in a variable and then you can print it, but I am directly printing it. So here you can see 0.5128 and this number here. So this is the random number which Python has generated starting from 0 up to 1. Okay, so this is the random number between 0 to 1. Let me run it again, and here you can see our number is changed. Let me run it again. Here you can see we have another number. Let me run it again. Here you can see another number. Okay, so this random method generates your random numbers starting from 0 to 1. Okay, so here you can find all those methods which you have in this function, okay, in this module. So you can explore these methods. So here you can find random, which returns a random number. Here you can find uniform, okay, which returns a float. Let's say I don't know what it returns, so you can check here. Returns a random floating point number n such that a should be less than or equal to n, should be less than equal to b. Okay, so here the endpoint value b may or may not be included in the range dependency. Okay, so you can find these documentation here, and then with this documentation you can learn a lot about this random function. And this documentation is meant for the developers, because a developer cannot remember all those functions and all the functionalities these functions have. So for that you have been provided with this documentation, and a developer should not be one who remembers all those functions. A developer should be able to read the documentation correctly, and who can use that documentation to develop his or her software or to do his or her work. So that's what a developer is. You don't have to remember all those functions. You don't have to learn all those functions. You just have to be able to read this text and to understand what this function actually does, or what this function will do, and then you can use it as per your requirement. So just like that we can use random function module, sorry, not function. Just like that we can use our random module and we can generate random numbers, we can do random things. Okay, so with that said, we have learned about random module. So thank you for watching this video guys, and I will see you in the next video.